In this particular document, some senatorial districts have up to 120 billion, and my senatorial district has just 2 billion.
Debates on constituency projects have often been among the stormy sessions in the National Assembly. Constituency projects, otherwise known as zonal intervention projects, were introduced in 1999. Since then, they have come under severe reviews over legality, sustainability, and violation of due process. Among the lawmakers, the dispute is on the disparities in the distribution formula, with ranking senators getting higher budgetary allocations.
Some senators here, so-called senior senators, got 500 million each. I am a ranking senator, I didn't get.
Our principal officers who will, of course, because they are most senior officers by virtue of their offices in Parliament, taking the extra share. Then, of course, you have the presiding officers.
So you don't expect people that when they meet in Parliament, their ability to lobby, the ability to be able to find their way around how things are done in the system. Where you now have slight differences in the figure. I'll give you a good example. Kano State has 22 members of Parliament. Lagos with about 24 members. Now this allocation from the federal government, as it was conceived earlier, is 2 billion per state, 2 billion naira per state. So when you take the 2 billion naira per state to Lagos, and you apply it to the 3 senatorial districts, and the 24 federal constituencies in Lagos, you can imagine what they will get.
One of the issues in contention centers on the implementation of the projects. As federal projects domiciled in states, the bottleneck arises when the states and local governments are not involved in project execution.
The critical challenge is that you do the capital component of a primary healthcare center. The federal government does not put staff to a primary healthcare center. It doesn't run the recurring budget. So after building the capital component of the budget, if you didn't carry the state government along or the local government along, you could see some of those projects which we have inspected more or less like white elephant projects. They were completed, but because the lower level of government was not involved, those projects were taken over by rats and rodents and name it.
A major concern is the reported involvement of lawmakers in the award and execution of the projects.
The legislators are not supposed to touch any money. They are not ideally supposed to nominate any contractor, because all these projects are supposed to go through the normal procurement process of the MDAs and possibly going to the Bureau of Public Procurement. Those that need any special approvals should also get it in the procurement process before they implement.
The need for lawmakers to aid the development of their constituencies and help to develop manpower in their own areas as part of their contribution to their own tenures in office.
According to Tracker, a non-governmental budgetary watch, more than 3,600 constituency projects were approved in 2022 at a cost of 100 billion naira. However, only about 2,000 were completed, 1,000 still ongoing, 100 abandoned, and 533 yet to commence. And the recent reports by the Independent Corrupt Practices Commission, ICPC, also revealed that 2 billion naira was siphoned through constituency projects in 2022. The ICPC recovered about 530 million naira in cash and 1.5 billion naira in assets.
The ICPC is the police, the watchdog, the police of the implementation industry. So it's understandable if they raise those red flags. It's their duty to not just raise the red flag, it's go after those projects that have been poorly executed or have been corruptly executed, and show examples so as to prove to the Nigerian people that the fight against corruption is not only receiving lip services, and this is key.
The latest uproar over constituency projects in the Senate has again brought the issue into public discourse. The prevailing consensus is that the execution of constituency projects is fraught with irregularities and abuse, making it difficult to ascertain if they are visible projects to match the amount of money budgeted for them. Benga Ashiru, Arise News.